What's up, Bridal Babes? I hope you're ready for another exciting episode of your favorite local wedding show, Bridal Buzz. I'm your host, Kat, and today we're joined in the studio with Reverend Renee Esparza. He is the head minister and concierge of Texas Wedding Ministers. We are going to learn all about this company, what they can provide for your wedding. I can't wait for you guys to learn about them. You've heard a little bit before when they've sponsored our episodes. Peep the screen behind me. But with that, let's get started. All right, Reverend, thank you so much for joining us today in the studio. I can't wait to hear about your company. Why don't you start with telling me just a little bit about who you are, how you found your path to be in this role in life, and then we'll get into your team and who you work with.
Yes, Kat. I am the head minister and the concierge for Texas Wedding Ministers. I have been doing this for 10 years. This is something that started for me as just a hobby, not really necessarily a hobby, but also a way to help some other couples who may have trouble finding a Spanish-speaking or bilingual officiant. So I kind of came through this experience on my own wedding day. I was looking for someone to perform my ceremony and also have it done in English and Spanish. That is a little bit my background. I'm Latino by background. So after my wedding ceremony was performed, I told my wife, hey, you know what? I think I can help some of these couples, and I think I can go ahead and jump in this and do this fluently and make their day special. So that's pretty much how I started this business. And then from there, it kind of just branched out with performing bigger ceremonies. Started doing some work for the military in regards to just the marriage ceremonies themselves, small ones. And then they'd come back and ask me if I can do their bigger ceremonies. So just by word of mouth and just performing a good ceremony out there, I guess word got around that I was performing some ceremonies in English and Spanish. And we just kind of grew into a team. I had some folks at these ceremonies ask me how I'm getting these leads, where they're coming from, and how they could be a part of this experience. Some of our officiants are maybe some ex-pastors or minister, or they were in ministries before, they had their own congregation, and they're really just looking for another way to connect and kind of bring that joy, spread love, and just kind of get these folks united and feel that bond again.
Cool. And this team you call the League of Extraordinary Officiants, correct?
Yeah, it's kind of a little nickname that my wife and I just kind of came up with.
I love it. It sounds like a superhero crew.
Well, yeah, it's kind of like I guess how it came to be is a lot of every one of my officiants does have kind of a specialty that they bring to the table with these ceremonies. Right. I think of them as each having like a certain superpower or something. So all of us do certain niche or specialize in something. So whenever that calling comes from a couple, I know who to call upon, who to assign.
Yes. So that is a big differentiator about Texas Wedding Ministers, right? You have unique characters that fill the role for a lot of different kinds of weddings, a lot of different kinds of couples. And I know you guys have some officiants that can perform Catholic ceremonies. Is that right?
Yes, I do have some officiants who do have the background from the fatherhood who, again, they probably missed that connection or congregation of folks. So I do have an officiant or a couple that do perform Catholic-based ceremonies. They're not recognized by the church. As you know, most couples, if you want that recognition, then you go to the actual church, right, and you get married there with your priest, your church. But we do have officiants that can come out to your venue. We do have all of those touches of the Catholic-based ceremony feel. We do have all the little rituals that couples like to incorporate, unity candles, lassos, auras, and we also include any type of Bible scriptures, some verses that couples tend to want to sprinkle into their ceremony that, nice, basically was their motivation, their inspiration to being married and sticking it together and things like that. So we do have those type of ceremonies for those specific couples.
So tell me a little bit about couples that might come from different religious backgrounds. Do you guys have officiants that would be able to provide a ceremony for them as well?
Yeah, we sure do, Kat. We do have ceremonies that are called interfaith ceremonies. So that is for those couples that do have that different background. We do like to incorporate both of their religious beliefs. So that way it turns out to be of a ceremony somewhat in the middle. We can kind of meet with our families together and kind of have that midway point. And nobody gets offended, but we want to make sure and blend those two types of ceremonies and beliefs together. So
Right.
we do have Reverend Jesse Ferraro on our squad, on our team, that can perform those types of ceremonies, get with the couples, get both of their details and info, and then blend it and then perform.
Hey guys, my name is Reverend Jesse, and one of the things that we have gotten good at over the years is including multiple faiths in our wedding ceremonies. Oftentimes we have couples that come from different backgrounds of faith, and they would like to include their faith within their ceremony. And those are called our interfaith ceremonies. Well, the ways that we do that here at Texas Wedding Ministers is we incorporate different rituals that represent those religious backgrounds. And those can be in the form of a lasso, if you're Catholic, or a unity cross, perhaps, if you're Protestant or Baptist. And what we do is we include those types of rituals at the very end of the ceremony. And it kind of beautifully ties both faiths together as they start their new journey in life. And it works out great for the couples. It works out great for the families.
Now, I do know there might be couples out there that don't want any kind of religion incorporated into their ceremony. What are your solutions for that?
We do have ceremonies or officiants that perform civil-based ceremonies. We do have judges on our team. We do have justice of peace who can come out and perform civilly. We even have some that are more on the simple side, a little bit smaller. They're looking just to get the legality of things done. So we do have just simple, good old do you type short and sweet ceremonies that the judge can preside over.
Hello there. My name is Judge Paul Talamantes. I'm here to talk about the importance of having a wedding ceremony. Whether you choose to have a public servant as a judge or a justice of the peace, or a wedding officiant as a minister, it still makes it very important for the officiant to make this as special to the wedding couple, because it's a memory that they're going to cherish for a whole lifetime.
Now, I know you mentioned earlier that you are bilingual. Do you have other Spanish-speaking members in your team? There's a huge Latino population here in San Antonio, so tell me about that.
Yes, I do speak Spanish myself. It was a kind of a niche that kind of brought me up through the ranks of an officiant category. I do have several officiants, males and females, that do perform English and Spanish-based ceremonies. Same type of deal. We kind of get their backgrounds a little bit, and we also tailor the ceremony based on who's a little bit more fluent and who's not, and who's comfortable, as to not put them on the spot. But we do have several for the couples to pick from, and again, they all have different backgrounds and denominations that the couple can choose from, so that way they feel comfortable with the ceremony and their families can kind of enjoy as well, and kind of listen and kind of incorporate everything that they're looking for. We do have quite a bit of them. One of our better ones, of course, is Minister David Davila, who can come out there and perform very professionally, and their Spanish typically is right on point, so where everybody can listen and enjoy.
All right, Reverend Renee, what about same-sex ceremonies? Do we have people on staff that are ready to perform those as well?
We sure do, Kat. Again, we have a pretty good-sized team that can come in and perform any types of ceremonies. We do have several officiants that perform same-sex ceremonies. We also have Reverend Kathy, who is part of the community as well, and she comes in and gets, again, their details, all the good stuff, what the wording and structure should be like for them, give them an enjoyable experience that they can feel comfortable with and their family can feel comfortable with as well. So absolutely, we sure do. We're able to cater to just about any couple.
Now, in addition to all of that, I know you guys have had some fun experiences, maybe dressing up as characters, playing parts during the ceremony. Tell me about that. That sounds like so much fun.
We do have theme ceremonies which we perform. I am guilty of enjoying them and getting in character. That's right. I have been part of the DC universe where I've been Diablo, the Joker. We actually have even married Harley Quinn and the Joker. I've done some Princess Bride stuff with the the old marriage line and dress and all that good stuff. We do have other couples who want something of a Harry Potter or some type of theme that they want to flow with and go with. So we do have officiants that actually are fun. They do have that background. They're very creative. They can write that script so that way it actually fits the theme for the couple. The couple can laugh and enjoy, even partake in a little bit of that cosplay. So yes, we definitely love doing that. It's always a fun atmosphere as well.
Yeah, so I was able to actually do a Lord of the Rings wedding, and it was really exciting because I'm a huge nerd. This is a source material that I've been in love with since I was a kid, and I got to meet with an amazing couple who also loved it as much as I did, along with a bunch of other nerdy stuff that I love. But this was a Lord of the Rings wedding, and so we were able to incorporate that by both in their vows, and also we did a special reading that had a part of the book, one of the more romantic parts. So I was able to incorporate the actual text in a way that was just so beautiful and seamless. It wasn't kitschy at all. It was just because I feel like a lot of people do theme weddings and they think like, oh, it's really like that's not beautiful. That's not at all true. You can do something really stunning and classic, and we were able to do that. So yeah, it was a really exciting day for Reverend Lee.
So you've mentioned a little bit about what it looks like to prep with the officiant and the couple, but if a couple is looking to have a super fun ceremony, kind of like what you just mentioned, what does it look like ahead of time? How do they prep?
So some of these ceremonies that we want to personalize, we typically get the couples their details, what they're wanting to express that day. These ceremonies are more of a custom type ceremony where it's a little more couple centered. So we do basically tell a story, something that is unique to the couple, whether it be something that is a fun, that is romantic, that is more maybe about some of the challenges they've overcame, something that is more meaningful to the couple. So we do also sit down with some of these couples who are looking for this type of ceremony to then really get in depth and then to really be able to express that script throughout the ceremony. Just to make sure we have them in that moment that is special to them. So we do create different types of customizable ceremonies that is more towards the couple and not necessarily something that has been scripted or said before. They bring the elements of their backgrounds and things like that. So that way it truly is a unique and special time for the couple.
I love that.
Yeah.
So, Rev, I feel like another big unique element to what a couple might incorporate into their ceremony is the rituals. I know you mentioned some Catholic-based rituals. What are some other rituals that you guys can provide or have you seen done before in ceremonies?
We can perform quite a bit of rituals, from the traditional, sand ceremony stuff, unity candles, to even some more modern take on things. Folks want to now blend wine. They want to, put their bottle of wine into a box with their personal vows in there so they can recite them 5-10 years later. We even had Pastor Richard, who's pretty good at performing a lot of unity rituals, and he has his own type of ritual as well. But he even made a sandwich. We had a couple that met at Subway, believe it or not. And each one of those vegetables and meats was a little element of their relationship.
I love that. It's so random.
So it all came together and they split the sandwich, took a bite, and they went along with their ceremony.
Aww.
But there's a lot of wonderful rituals out there. He even has a sand ceremony that's more of a revelation where he actually draws out the couple's favorite photo. It's kind of like in almost like a glue or a sticky surface. And when the couple is at the ceremony, it's like a blank canvas. And then when they're ready to reveal it, they actually pour sand over it or glitter over it, and it reveals their actual photo together. So something fun, something a little romantic, and something that's definitely personal and unique to the couple, or I've even seen them do families together in that photo.
My name is Pastor Richard Schweinsberg. Revelation Sand Portraits came about because I had so many couples inquiring about new rituals that weren't the same old. For the longest time, I had to say, no, there's nothing that I know about there. Until finally I decided to take it upon myself to come up with something. Utilizing my love of art, I was able to incorporate some of the elements from other rituals that are out there, the sand, so that couples could pour it over a canvas rather than into a vase, revealing that portrait of themselves for their wedding day. to be able to hang on their wall as a memory of their union.
Yes, fun ideas and fun people who can provide them.
Absolutely.
I know we've been talking about a lot of fun stuff, but besides that, I know that there's an opportunity here in Texas to get a discount off of a marriage license with some sort of therapy pre-wedding. Right. What do you guys have to offer in regard to that situation?
Well, premarital counseling is not necessarily a requirement through us, but we do have officiants that do provide premarital counseling. Cool. There is a Together in Texas program, which Reverend Janie also specializes in. And basically you get through the course, course with her, and then you can go down and get a discount on your marriage license. You present them the certificate, and they can discount off that license when the couple goes in to file, or not to file, but to apply for it and then get that license.
There are many benefits to seeking out relationship coaching. So if you're getting ready to get married, or if you're already in a partnership, we are not really taught how to effectively communicate. It's an essential part of life, yet we aren't really given the proper tools. We don't really understand what active listening actually means. We're not taught to hold space for one another so that we can really share and let each other know, hey, I comprehend what you're saying. I see where you're coming from. There's a level of emotional intelligence that is involved in creating partnerships that thrive. And we have to find our way to create harmony. And that's not just going to happen by accident. So if you put a little bit of effort into discovering how to honestly and effectively communicate your wants, your needs, your desires, your insecurities, your fears, all of these things with your own self. You have to be able to understand that with yourself before you can really extend that to another person. So understanding yourself, learning how to love in a healthy manner, learning how to let go and heal all the things that are causing you to sabotage your ability to create healthy love. These are the things that you're going to learn. And you're also going to be given practical tools that will help you not only unlearn these things, but then once you implement the new belief structures and the new ways of being in partnership, it'll help you cultivate and nurture it so that you can sustain that for the long haul.
Amazing. Mm-hmm. We love saving money.
Discounts are good, y'all.
All right, Reverend Renee, I think that about sums up the questions I have for you. Is there anything else you'd like to leave with our couples that are listening today?
Just want to remind couples that we are the only vendor that you really need at your wedding to be married. You can go on with it without everything else, True. But without us, you can't be legally married.
It's just a party, right?
That's right. And with Texas Wedding Ministers, you do get married. We are 100% no cancellation guarantee. Our best superpower is that we are our own backup. So we are there to marry you. It is what we specialize in. That is a big, huge benefit for the couples that do come in and make their reservations with us. Amazing.
And where can couples find more information, request some time to talk to you guys about potentially booking you?
Yes, you can go right to our website at txweddingministers.com. They can come in there and they can request some information. I'll get all their criteria, and then I'll send them over basically all the profiles that fit their needs and their request the best for their ceremony. They can also give me a call at 210-802-8097. Again, just ask for Reverend Esparza. I am your concierge, and I'm here to help you with any questions you may have. We know it's a big day, and we want to help you get through it.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Reverend. Bridal Babes, I hope you got a lot out of this episode. Don't forget to go check them out online and request more information about having them officiate your service. And don't forget, the buzz doesn't have to stop here. We're everywhere online. Find us where you like, and we'll see you next time. Let's wave at this camera and say bye.